Today I'm having a look at a Wi-Fi router, but this one is different in that it comes with a touchscreen, so you can actually configure it right on device. You don't need to use a computer system to do so. It is the Amped Wireless TAP-R2 touchscreen AC750 Wi-Fi router. The box is very informative with lots of pictures plus features and specifications about it. It comes with an antenna, a Category 5E cable, a stand, the main unit, which by the way is in this plastic bag. Looks like they have some protective plastic here on the shiny bits as well. A power adapter, as well as a quick startup guide, some software, as well as some information here on support and their Wi-Fi analytics tool, which you can use, like for example, on your smartphone or your tablet. First, let's attach the antenna, and that's on the top right side, and then you can swing it where you want. Now, you can either have this positioned horizontally or on the wall, or you can use the nifty stand that they have included, and you can position it like so. So let's first go through the features and specifications, and then I'll have a closer look at it. The wireless standard is 802.11a/b/g/n, as well as AC. It's capable of dual bands, 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz networks. Now the wireless speed is 2.4 gigahertz, 300 megabits per second. That goes for RX and TX. 5 gigahertz, it is 433 megabits per second, and as well that goes for RX and TX. There are two 2.4 gigahertz amplifiers inside, one 5 gigahertz amplifier, and 3 low noise adapters. As for wireless security, it does WEP, WPA, WPA2, WPA mixed, and WPS. And access scheduling is possible, specific day and time, as well as adjusting the coverage. You can go from 15% all the way up to 100%, and that can be individually adjusted for 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz networks. That's good if you don't want, for example, the coverage to spread outside of your particular area. You can do up to 8 guest networks. It does support wireless multimedia, that's WMM, as well as smart firewall, SPI, or NAT. Parental controls, you have those for blocking websites, as well as MAC and IP filtering, quality of service, and there is IP version 6 support. Okay, so let's have a look. I think the overall styling on this is quite nice. Again, you can have it horizontal, vertical, like so, or you can mount it on the wall. At the front, you've got this touch screen. I'll show you that in just a minute when I turn it on. A stylus at the top left that's tucked away, and on the right side, you've got a high gain adjustable antenna, a reset button, a USB port, which can be used, of course, to share all kinds of documents and movies and whatnot, because you can attach either a thumb drive or an external drive to that. Network ports, but keep in mind that these are not gigabit ports, rather they are 10100. So you know, that's a little bit of a concern. However, I don't think if you're purchasing this router, you're going to be going for that per se. You know, you want to go, to be honest, if you're doing wired connections with a router that's going to have gigabit connections on it. This is more for ease of setup because you've got the touchscreen on the front, and of course you would be using the wireless network. So you have 2 wired ports and 1 for the modem, and here's where the power adapter gets connected. There isn't anything on the left side, but at the top, as well as at the back on both sides and at the bottom, are ventilation holes. And by the way, there are 2 rubber feet on the bottom, 2 rubber feet on this stand if you choose to use it, as well as an information sticker on the back. Now first, when you connect it, it tells you what to do. Attach a cable between the modem and the router, and then just follow the steps on the screen. So let's go through the settings. First of all, the 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi settings. You've got basic settings, which you can change, of course, the SSID and the security key. Set up guest networks. Change the coverage. WPS for easy setup, as well as an access schedule. 5 gigahertz settings will pretty much be almost identical. Just to go back here and note this, security can also be adjusted in the channel and whatnot. For more wireless guest networks, coverage can be changed, and you can do 50%, 35%, 50%, 70%, or 100%. Again, WPS and access schedule. Pretty quick here too, pretty responsive. Network settings, got local settings, and internet settings. You could do an automatic setup, manual as well. And security features, block websites, so neat how you can do this right on the screen. User access, that's the MAC and the IP. DMZ settings, port forwarding, port filtering as well. Within management, you have the screen settings. You can change the timeout, you can have a password, you can show the clock after the timeout if you want to. You can set the clock, the date and time, or you can sync with the internet if you want to. System details, connected users, statistics and logs and dynamic DNS, and you can do a firmware update, support, about, web menu, and of course if you want to you can reset the unit. Within USB storage sharing, you can do local sharing, or you can set up an FTP server if you want to. This is the setup wizard, and the dashboard will just take you back to the home screen. Now, while the performance on this router is great, and it's certainly easy to set up, very unique in that it comes with a touchscreen, it is certainly not the fastest router that is out there and does not provide the coverage of other routers that would be a little bit more expensive than this. Okay, sure, it's cool looking, but most of us out there want a Wi-Fi router that has a ton of features for around that $150 price range. Now, that doesn't mean that this is a poor router. It's kind of what you want. If you like something that's different, then this would certainly be it. If you want something maybe that's more along the lines of performance and functionality, then this might not be it. However, overall, it is a kick-ass product. Until next time, take care.